When I heard some of these stories out here, I thought, well, I've had a somewhat combustible life myself. And in junior high, we made rockets and we cooked up saltpeter and sugar dangerously on a little old burner in the basement. And when you combine those, we packed them into a rocket that we'd shoot up maybe 500 feet. It would come down on the schoolhouse. You can't buy saltpeter anymore. The Homeland Security Agency won't let you because apparently you can do crazy stuff with it. And in another time in high school, there were a lot of stories about how you shouldn't have aerosol cans around flame. And there was a story in the paper every week. And I thought, I wonder if that's true. And this is science. This isn't just incorrigible behavior. I worked at a supermarket. On Wednesday, we burned all the cardboard from the weekly shipment in an old boiler that was our incinerator. I had a giant fire going in there, including an old wooden crate. That day, someone had brought in a can of Aquanet. How many people remember Aquanet? A full can of Aquanet. It didn't work, and I thought, this is the time for the scientist in me to find out if all those stories are true. I got the flame was roaring, opened the door, threw it in there, brought the giant latch down, and ran back to the store. No, walked behind the door. I had gotten probably 7, 8, 12 feet. The door blew open. It's impossible to do that without the latch. The door blew open, and a bowl of flame shot out about 15 feet. All those stories were true. You really shouldn't do that stuff. And I've always told my kids, don't go out and do stupid shit. I'll tell you how it turns out. Frank, the assistant manager came out and said, what in hell is going on out here? And I said, nothing. But the real fire story in my life happened much earlier. I grew up in a very small farm town. Everybody knew my folks, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. It was a tiny town. My brother had been playing with matches down in the lot below us. It was part of our land, and it started a fire. It was getting out of hand. There was a barn next door that was very close to the fire. The neighbor came over with his sons. They were fighting it. My mom said, go call the fire department. We're in trouble. Now, I was about that high. I don't know if I'd even started kindergarten yet. I knew the number for the fire department. In our small town back then, this is a long time ago, 4 digits. And I had the presence of mind to call the fire department, tell them that there's a fire at our house, and then I hung up. So I left out one very important ingredient, and that is where the hell we were, where the fire was going on. Because by this time, it was roaring pretty well. The calls would go into the funeral home. He'd go over to the firehouse, and he'd write down where it was. He went over there, and he said, we've got a fire in town. Somebody just called it in. We don't know where it is. They came anyway. This is a very small town. The fire chief, there were 2 butchers in town. They would often go to the fire with their aprons hanging below their fire coats. One of them said, I just saw Harold Hamilton running over to his car and tearing out as fast as he could. It's probably at the Hamiltons. So they jumped on the fire truck, and they came to our house, and they put the fire out. Thank you.